Some of the dogs sleeping at our feet tonight are older than the pyramids. Their ancestors were carved into the walls of tombs, kept behind palace gates, and trusted with something no other animal was: the journey of the soul itself. On the walls of Egyptian tombs, one god appears again and again to watch over the dead. Anubis, the guardian of the afterlife, the one who weighs the heart and guides the soul to judgment. He has the body of a man and the head of a dog, and the dog most often pointed to as the face behind that god is still alive today. The Basenji. The same upright ears, the same fine, alert muzzle, the same proud stance carved into stone 4,000 years ago. This is one of the oldest dog breeds on Earth. Hunters with curl-tailed dogs appear in cave paintings dated to 6,000 years before Christ. The Basenji was carried down the Nile as a gift fit for pharaohs, and it has barely changed since. And it behaves like no other dog. The Basenji grooms itself like a cat, is almost free of doggy smell, and moves through a room in total silence because it physically cannot bark. Its voice box is shaped differently. Instead, when it speaks, it yodels. To a civilization obsessed with purity and cleanliness, a silent, almost odorless dog wasn't just useful, it was special. By the early 19th century, this dog had almost vanished from the earth. Spanish conquerors had hunted it and bred it out of existence until the only ones left survived in a few remote villages. A breed 3,000 years old, nearly erased in a single colonial lifetime. That it survived at all is remarkable, because of what this dog once was. Its name comes from Xoloitzcuintli, the Aztec god of death, lightning, and the setting sun. In the myth, the very first hairless dog was made by Xoloitzcuintli himself. From a sliver of the bone of life, the same sacred bone from which all humanity was formed, dog and human, shaped from the same fragments, and the Xolo had a sacred duty. When an Aztec died, the soul faced a 4-year journey through the 9 levels of the underworld, mountains that crashed together, winds sharp enough to cut, and finally, a wide black river the soul could not cross alone. Waiting on the shore was a Xolo. If it recognized its master, it would carry the soul across the water on its back. No other dog was ever given a duty like this, to carry the soul itself across the water. That was the Xolo, not a pet, but a guide for the dead. Picture a single pen holding 5,000 dogs and a permanent staff of 10,000 people to care for them, according to records of the Tang dynasty. One Chinese emperor kept exactly that, a royal kennel of 5,000 Chow Chows, tended by an army twice their number. These weren't working strays. They were treasures of the imperial court, fed, guarded, and ranked like nobility. It appears in artifacts from the Han dynasty, more than 2,000 years ago. And genetic studies push its true origins back thousands of years, further still making it one of the oldest breeds alive. Beyond palace walls, the Chow stood guard at temples and sacred sites, a protector of holy ground. And it carries a mystery no one has fully explained, a blue-black tongue, found in almost no other dog on earth. Guardian of temples, treasure of emperors, a lion dog kept behind palace walls for 3,000 years. That was the Chow. But the last dog in this story was never worshipped, never kept as royalty. Its purpose was something else entirely: survival. At the frozen top of the world, the Alaskan Malamute had one job, and it was the most important job of all: to keep human beings alive. This is one of the oldest dog breeds in existence, more than 4,000 years old, descended from the dogs that crossed the Bering Land Bridge alongside the first hunters to reach the Americas. Its very name comes from the Malamute, an Inuit people of northwestern Alaska, who shaped the breed and were never written about without mention of their dogs. These dogs hauled freight across hundreds of miles of ice. They hunted seals and stood between their families and polar bears. And at night they slept among the people, living heaters in the dark. The Malamute fed their dogs as often as they fed themselves. Children were raised on the floor alongside the puppies. This wasn't a master and an animal. It was a partnership that survival depended on, both ways. Just a dog and a human, keeping each other alive at the edge of the world. And maybe that was the most sacred thing of all. 4 dogs, 4 worlds that never touched. A guide on the rivers of the dead. A silent hunter in the deserts of Egypt. A lion dog behind palace walls. A survivor at the top of the world.